Fortunately, the branches broke her fall. The woman barely escaped with her life. After a long time, she regained consciousness and immediately started screaming for help toward the opening above. Clearly, no one answered. Instead, she'd awakened something terrifying. She didn't dare stay in the darkness and frantically tried to climb up, but the cliff wall offered no handholds. Escaping would be nearly impossible. Just as she was at a loss for what to do, strange sounds came from the cave behind her, accompanied by a faint glow. She picked up a branch from the ground and cautiously entered the cave. But once inside, she discovered a bird engulfed in flames, fighting desperately for its life. She immediately smothered the flames with sand, but the poor creature still died. Just as she was about to bury it, a tremendous noise shattered the silence. A flock of birds consumed by flames came screaming out of the darkness. She watched in horror, not knowing what was happening, as the birds crashed everywhere, then fell dead to the ground.
Give me strength, Mother.
The sudden response made her break out in a cold sweat. That's when she realized something terrifying was hiding in the shadows. She turned and saw a massive claw sweep across the stone wall. The woman immediately fled for her life, hiding behind a stone pillar, not daring to make a sound. But to her surprise, the creature asked her name and said it could smell the royal blood in her veins. This was a debt their ancestors owed that must be repaid with their descendants' lives. Only now did the woman understand why before the wedding, her palm had been cut to mingle her blood with the prince's. No time to think, she turned and ran for her life, as the dragon calmly breathed fire, seemingly enjoying the fear its prey radiated before death. The woman lifted her dress and ran desperately toward a tunnel. Even when she fell, she didn't dare stop. But before she could catch her breath, she saw a body burned beyond recognition. It was the girl she'd seen at the palace. Clearly, they'd all been thrown into the dragon's lair as sacrifices. Soon flames swept toward her again. She hurried into a narrow opening, barely escaping, but her thigh was burned by the flames. Fortunately, the cave was too narrow for the creature to squeeze through. She quickly bandaged her wound, and after catching her breath, she lit the light source she'd been carrying and slowly moved deeper into the cave. Through sheer willpower, she pushed deeper, but the passage ahead grew narrower. Without warning, she pushed too hard and slid uncontrollably down a rocky chute. Fortunately, after a brief slide, she landed. Though she took a tumble, she wasn't seriously hurt. Her light source had burned out, so she could only feel her way through the darkness. Before long, a mysterious blue glow came into view. But to reach the other side, she had to cross a bottomless chasm. Thinking about how the royals had deceived her, the desire for revenge instantly gave her strength. After throwing away her wedding ring, she gathered her courage and leaped across the cliff.